This time, I'm sharing a travel experience where I managed to explore the typically expensive Maldives on a budget. The Maldives, which we all know so well, is a small and beautiful country just over 600 kilometers from our homeland, yet many of us shy away from visiting due to the high costs. Since many travelers have already shared a lot of information about the Maldives, I'll skip the details and jump straight into my journey. I arrived at Malé International Airport with a ticket purchased at a very low price. After showing my hotel reservation details, booked through Booking.com, and my return air ticket, I was granted a free visa stamp on my passport. Since it was early morning when I arrived, the weather was lovely. The island where the airport is located is known as Holhol Island, which is very close to the capital city, Malé. This island is solely dedicated to the airport. In addition to the airport, there is also a 4-star hotel called Holhol Island Hotel. You can see many resort staff waiting for their guests, and speedboats frequently come and go, transporting guests who have booked at the grand resorts. There is also a ferry service to Malé. While observing all this, I met someone who works as an airport meet and assist representative at a famous travel agency. His name was Muhammad. We talked for a while and became friends. With Muhammad's help, I was able to get a local SIM card at native rates. For foreigners, the rates are usually higher. He also accompanied me to a nearby affordable tea shop where we had tea and snacks together. That's when Muhammad surprised me. Luckily, there was a party happening on an island that evening, with the Indian ambassador as the chief guest and famous DJs from Mumbai handling the music. Muhammad spoke to his boss and managed to get me a free invitation. It's friendships and unexpected opportunities like these that make travel so much more beautiful. After some time, a car from the hotel where I was staying arrived to pick me up. My hotel was on Hulamali Island, which is adjacent to Holhol Island. A boat isn't needed to get there, a car will suffice. The two islands are connected by a man-made road elevated above the sea. Hulamali Island is an artificial island created due to the overpopulation in Malé, intended for housing and living. It was inaugurated in 2004. A bridge connecting it to Malé is under construction. The wealthier residents of Malé mostly live on this island. The town planning here is well organized. I had booked a room at a budget hotel called Newtown Inn. After checking in, the hotel felt like a simple lodge, offering value for the money spent. It's a very small hotel with tiny rooms, so if you seek luxury, this is not the place for you. Nearby, there is also a restaurant called Bombay Darbar. Seeing all the Indian touches everywhere, I spoke to the receptionist and learned more about the management. My guess was right. The hotel is owned by a wealthy Indian who settled there. After freshening up, I took a walk around the island. Due to the many restrictions, the township has been meticulously planned and constructed, making it neat and orderly. In the evening, Muhammad called to let me know he was coming to pick me up. Soon after, a speedboat arrived to take me and other guests from the island to Huduran Fushi Island. The Bollywood Fiesta, a famous party in the Maldives, was being held at the Adaran Select Huduran Fushi Resort. Such events are a big deal for those working in the Maldives and for tourists visiting the area. These nighttime parties usually have a decent entry fee. The event was a celebration with music and dance that lasted until midnight. I was dropped back at the hotel afterward, thrilled to have enjoyed a beautiful evening without spending a penny. The next morning, I met Imran, the manager of this hotel. Imran is from the Maldives and is currently in charge of the hotel's marketing. He married the daughter of the hotel's owner, who lives in Mumbai, and mentioned that he frequently travels there. Imran and a few others are promoting budget tourism in the area, constructing and promoting small guest houses and apartments. I got to know Imran better and asked him to arrange some tours at reasonable prices. Booking from here is cheaper than booking from resorts or directly from Malé, and the service is also good. So, we set out early in the morning for a snorkeling adventure. A few others from Mumbai also joined us. The moments spent snorkeling in the Indian Ocean were truly refreshing for both the eyes and the mind. The colorful coral reefs of various shapes and sizes, along with the vibrant fish swimming around them, energized our moments. The starfish and the occasional jumping dolphins made us feel like kids again. After spending ample time swimming and diving in the azure waters, we returned to the hotel. After lunch, I set out to explore Malé Island. I took a ferry to Malé, where Imran's brother was waiting for me. Together, we began walking around one of the smallest capital cities in the world. Malé was an overwhelmingly congested city due to space limitations. The growing population and the lack of space have made the people there quite thoughtful. The narrow roads and the large number of vehicles contribute to a suffocating atmosphere. Malé, a capital island with just 1.7 kilometers in length and 1 kilometer in width, is home to over 100,000 people. We visited Sultan Park, the National Museum, the ancient Friday Mosque, and Republic Square. The Parliament building looked like an ordinary house's gate, where anyone could walk in without any restrictions. I couldn't help but compare it to our Rashtrapati Bhavan and Parliament. The only place under control was the National Defence Force headquarters. Nearby, I also saw a newly constructed large mosque known as the Islamic Center, with its golden dome making it quite captivating. It can accommodate about 5,000 people. We also visited the local market and fish market, where I saw different varieties of coconut-based dishes. Many types of seafood are abundant. There are also souvenir shops, though the prices seemed quite high. After spending some time in Republic Square, with its water fountains, I took the ferry back to Hulamali Island in the evening. The plan for the next morning was scuba diving. It was supposed to be a potty course with some of the world's best instructors. Thanks to Imran's intervention, I managed to secure a spot for a very low price. But unfortunately, heavy rain that morning ruined everything. I missed the chance to get a certificate. Instead, I opted for a luxury resort visit package for budget travelers like us. For a small fee, I was taken to the nearby Cinnamon Donvalley Resort. Traveling through the turbulent sea on a speedboat is always thrilling. I observed the lifestyles of the tourists there. These tourists who book for 2 or 3 weeks spend their entire time drinking and sunbathing. This is what makes the Maldives a paradise for tourists. Most luxury resorts are situated on individual islands with no other inhabitants, except for the homes of the resort staff. Despite being an Islamic country, you won't find any restrictions on these island resorts. They ensure maximum enjoyment for the tourists. These resorts offer all kinds of luxury amenities and are filled with the beautiful sights we see in photos and on YouTube. It's when you visit these resorts that your money really gets spent. But for honeymooners and others, these resorts are a paradise. After a grand lunch, I spent some time on the beach before heading back to our island. I then went to the beach on Hulhumel Island, a popular spot among the locals. Various water sports activities are also available there. In the evening, I returned to the hotel. Imran had a surprise for me that evening, a grand candlelight dinner on a houseboat moored in the sea. I was taken there in a traditional Maldivian boat, and they showed me the setup. The houseboat was a duplex, accommodating 2 families. There are many such setups in the sea, along with large boats where gambling takes place. I learned that I was able to go there and have a grand dinner because no one else was there on the day I went. The next morning, the hotel staff dropped me off at the airport. The bill was lower than expected, thanks to a special discount from Imran. I have always loved the sea travel, and the lifestyle of the people there. With that, my small journey to the wealthy Maldives came to an end, and I headed back home.